So I am on my way to Granbury, Texas, the True Grit branch, for my first ever Spartan Beast Ultra. I think it's about 30 miles and about 60 obstacles. It really consists of 2 loops of the Beast course. On the first loop you do, I think, an extra 3 or 4 miles, and then the second loop you just do the regular Beast course. And in between those you get to do a transition, so you drop off your bucket with stuff to refill food and water and change things. So I'm super excited. I have done one Spartan before, and that was the Beast. That was when, in 2019. It was actually a different location. It was Glen Rose, and they've moved it for this year. But the Beast was a lot of fun. It's very different from an Ironman. An Ironman, you're miserable for most of it, but it's a hard grit, just get it done. The Beast was a lot of fun. Now, I did the Beast with other people who were less fit than me, so I took it super easy. Whereas this I'm just doing on my own. I'm not doing it with anyone else. So I'm going to push myself a bit more, so maybe it won't be quite as much fun. But I think it's going to be good. There's tons of cool obstacles to do. So it's Friday, just after lunch. So I'm driving down. It's about an hour and a half drive. Sorry. So you register for the Ultra the day before between 2 to 6. So I'm going to grab my stuff. Then I'm staying at a little bed and breakfast fairly close to there. And then I'm in the open wave, which starts at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm going to aim to get there probably 4:45 tomorrow morning. So that'll be good. I'm completely unprepared. So originally I was supposed to be doing Ironman World Championship at the start of October. So my thinking at the time was, hey, my fitness will be totally there. The obstacles, hey, it's fun. This is really just a bit of fun for me. But of course, the Ironman World Championship didn't happen. And I have done 2 full Ironmans this year, Tulsa and Tyrolean, but they were a long time ago. I've not really run for months. So this is going to be a very interesting thing, but I just want to enjoy myself. That's kind of my goal for this. In terms of my plan, I'm hoping I can do the first loop in 5-ish hours and the second loop in 4-ish hours. Remember, the second loop is 4 miles less. In terms of nutrition, I'm going to follow what I do on the bike at an Ironman. So my plan is a Morton gel, which is about 100 calories every hour. And then at the 20-minute and 40-minute mark, either have half of a waffle or half of a protein bar. Also, halfway through each loop, I'm going to take an Uncrustables grape jelly sandwich. And at the transition, I'll eat a sandwich as well. So that will give me about 300 calories an hour. And I'm just going to drink water with the non-electrolyte tablets in it, just from a salt. I also have a little salt canister, and I also have a Tootsie Roll mini bar that I can eat each hour as well, maybe at the 30-minute mark. So just a constant stream of calories. Obviously it's still a big shortfall, but I think it will be fine. But no, I'm excited. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to try and, I've got a new GoPro. I've never used this before, so I got the GoPro Hero 10. And I got a little remote as well, so I had to stop and start it during the Spartan tomorrow, so I try and capture things. When I get to the hotel, maybe registration, I'll sort of show around as well. I'll show you my bucket, which has got my stuff in for transition. And then, yeah, we'll just enjoy the day. And I think my plan is on the drive home, maybe have a little bit of a thoughts on the event and see if it planned out how I wanted to, i.e. 9-ish hours. Or if I completely misjudged it and my lack of training and prep will cause me a lot of problems. So we will see. Well, I'm actually checked in, and now I'm at my hotel, which is the Inn on Lake Granbury, and it's really pretty here. It's a really nice place, got great scenery. So I'm just gonna chill out for a little bit, then go and find somewhere to eat pizza, maybe watch the new June movie.
So I have to quickly show you this room because it's totally awesome.
So standard kind of, okay, you get bed and TV, some kind of cool hot jet bath thing. Apparently it's a steam shower. You can push this button and it makes a steam shower. But the room actually has an upstairs. So if we go upstairs, there's this amazing area here. We have a nice little deck area, you can go and look out, lovely view. And I'm basically ready. So I have my nutrition for the first loop all ready. I've got things in the fridge chilling out. I've got my bag for the second loop, a little thermal bag to try and stop it melting too much. Then my gear, I bought new kind of trouser things, a shirt, socks. I got gloves, don't know if I actually use them. Obviously you get your ultra thing to wear, headlamp, headband for the GoPro, your timing chip, headband, waterproof case for my phone and car key. Then this obviously I'll put my water into. And then I got my bucket. So you're supposed to try and customize it so you can tell it's yours. So I've kind of got the iron brick kind of on there. Just tried to make it mine. In the bucket, I really didn't know what you're supposed to do, but I've got kind of some wipes, some duct tape, some spare sunscreen. I've got a first aid kit, some more sunscreen if my muscles hurt, some spray, full body wipes, a little towel. Now I've got a spare shirt, shorts and socks should I need them. And obviously my nutrition for lap 2 will go in there as well. So yeah, I'm ready. Now I'm gonna go wander around the town, which seems really, really nice, and then order pizza.
Okay, so this is actually being recorded 2 days after the Spartan. I had intended to try and record the summary straight after, but I was completely toast. I was hungry, I was tired, I was aching everywhere. The only thing I actually managed to capture was kind of a single picture of me holding the medal at the end of it, but that's literally all I could manage. So it's a couple of days later, I'm still actually aching a bit. But in summary, it was a fantastic event. Even though on the second loop, which was the 13-mile beast loop, I had to walk most of it. There was a lot of discomfort. I still enjoyed myself. It was just great. The staff were great. The volunteers were great. All of the other people participating were great. It's an amazing community, and I would definitely recommend it. There's many different types of events, so different distances, so do it as a group, but it's phenomenal. Now, I ended up doing nearly 32 miles in total, and I'll kind of get to that, but the medal, the belt buckle, is fantastic. So if I actually jump over for a second, I took some pictures this morning, actually, of kind of the medal. So it is a belt buckle, but you can see here. And my mother-in-law actually bought me a bronze Spartan helmet back from Greece many years ago. So I thought it was kind of a nice accompaniment for a picture of the medal with that. But yeah, a crazy nice medal. I'm looking forward to actually getting that actually onto a belt so I can wear that. You did get the finisher t-shirt as well. It's not branded for the actual event. I think that's common in the COVID days because things cancel. So you just kind of get this regular Spartan Ultra finisher t-shirt, but it's a really nice shirt. So let's kind of talk about the course. And so it was 2 loops. So if we jump over for a second over to here. So this was the map of the course. And what you'll actually notice is the first loop, you do the extra ultra part. So it's the standard beast loop, but you get added in this kind of section right here. So that adds 4.5 miles and kind of 3 extra obstacles. Now, there is a slight difference in some of the obstacles that it lists on here. For example, it says Irish tables for obstacle 7, but it was actually kind of a tunnel crawl. So I think they swapped some things out. Also, if you look at the picture of the map, especially up here at kind of the top, I think they had to change the course, because if you look at my Garmin of what I actually kind of did, so this is the Garmin picture, you'll notice it looks quite different. So they obviously had to change a few things just on the day, but it was fantastic. One of the nice things actually is some of the obstacles, instead of having to do burpees, you did a penalty loop. And so what you'll see on kind of this map, if we kind of, you can see kind of me going round. So on that loop 1, you kind of do the ultra 4.5 extra and 3 obstacles. I think that was a sandbag carry, that little bump there. But these kind of bumps, these ones right here, those were penalty loops. So instead of having to do burpees, you can just go and actually do some penalty loops. So that was probably some of the more technical obstacles, which I did generally terribly on. I think that was probably a bucket carry here, and I think maybe this was another penalty loop up here at the top as well. So I did 3 or 4 penalty loops on each of my loops, and only actually do a few sets of burpees. That was actually really, really nice. So I think it's because of these kind of penalty loops, is actually closer to 32 miles. Now, one of the nice things on the course, and I'll kind of go into details, but if you look at this bump here, this was kind of the sandbag carry. Obviously, you do that twice. But if you zoom in, I don't know if you can tell, obviously you did it twice, it's actually a Spartan helmet. So the sandbag carry shape is actually in the shape of the Spartan helmet. So that was actually pretty cool. So essentially what happens is the first loop for the Ultra was 17.5 miles. So if we kind of follow my timing down here, moving, little penalty loops, etc. I actually came in the first loop round about 4:18. And then you stop for sort of 12 minutes. Then I started my second loop. So the first loop actually went really well. I jogged, walked pretty constantly. You can kind of see the elevation. The temperature was starting to get up there by the time sort of finishing the second loop. So I started at 6:30. So 4.5 hours. It was kind of 11 o'clock-ish at that point. My heart rate, I mean, was fairly steady. Obviously, there's little peaks as you do certain obstacles, but it was really good. The second loop, actually what was nice is, the second loop took me actually slightly longer than my first loop, even though it was 4.5 hours less. But I actually found someone to kind of walk with. So I found a guy called Josh, and we kind of had laughed, motivated each other through the whole thing. And so that was actually quite nice, because I knew I was going to be slower on that second loop. On the second loop, there's also a barbed wire crawl, which I didn't capture on the GoPro. So I had my GoPro on for all of the obstacles on loop 1, and you'll kind of see those. And then it was actually pretty uncomfortable, so I took it off. Actually, for part of loop 1, I'd put it back on the obstacle. I didn't have that on for loop 2, so I didn't capture the barbed wire crawl, but I'm just crawling under barbed wire. But then I put it back on at the end of loop 2 to capture the final obstacles, so you'll kind of see all of that. But yeah, it took me 4 hours 25. I was in discomfort for most of it. And if you actually look at the Garmin, you might wonder, hey, there's kind of a weird actual extra little loop bit here. And if you actually look at my time as well, up the top it says 9 hours 10. I finished in 8:55. So if you actually go to the proper site, it tells you your finisher time. So I was 8 hours and 55 minutes and 17 seconds based on the timing chip. So that was cool. Also, the website's really nice. You can go and actually tell it which obstacles you did. So you can actually go and select. So yeah, I failed the Z-wall. And it's actually for each loop. So I failed the Z-wall on the first loop. I failed the spear throw and the multi-rig. So those are the 2 penalty loops I kind of showed earlier. And yeah, I failed the Olympus all 3 times. The box I failed the first time, but the second time I did it, second because actually someone helped. And actually the Z-wall I did the second time as well because it was drier. my feet were basically slipping on this completely the first time, but it dried off a lot on the second loop as the sun was out. So I actually got it the second time, but I still failed the spear throw the second time. Totally terrible shot on that. I failed the multi-rig again, so those were penalty loops again on the second go. Still failed Olympus. I actually failed the twister on both loops as well. I failed the monkey bars on the final loop. I was just exhausted. My hands were kind of swollen at that point, even though I did that on the first loop. I failed the Helix, and you'll see all of this when I actually go through. But the reason I forgot to turn my watch off, but also I basically got to my car and realized I had forgotten my bucket. So at these kind of timing points, say I get to my car, then, oh, I forgot my bucket, so I had to go all the way back to transition to get my bucket. And then I realized I hadn't stopped my watch. So that's what that was. The person that won, I think, did it in 5 hours and 6 minutes. And I actually saw someone in transition. Now, I don't understand how the math works, but they said they'd finished when I was at transition. Now, I think the elite started 30 minutes before me. But still, that would be like 4:50. So I don't know how the math worked out, but he said he'd finished. But 5 hours, 6 minutes, which is incredible. I lost my headband on the second dunk wall. It's a sadness there. But yeah, I mean, it was great. It was fantastic. The sun really came out during the second loop. So if you look at kind of the temperatures, by the time we get to the second loop, it's up there. And there was no shade. So like there were highs like 92, 93. I mean, you were baking. But there were lots of water stations. Again, it was really, really well organized. It was fantastic. My legs were just really painful in the second loop. I mean, I was just unconditioned for it. But I was laughing for most of it. I mean, it was just funny. It was still enjoyable. The obstacles, again, I did the same or better on the second loop because I was fine in terms of upper body. You could still do all of the things. And you'll notice I beep out swearing as we go on, especially on the second loop final obstacles. There's a lot of beeps. I apologize. I'm English. I think that's just what we do. I was terrible at the technical obstacles. Obviously, I have not practiced anything around this. The ones where it was just a pure strength exercise, like pulling a rope or the climbing or the carrying, that was generally fine. Even where it was like the bars and I could just pull myself up, those were fine. But anything technical, like the handholds, the rocks, I was utter trash at those. But I would definitely recommend it. Again, there's the different durations. There's a sprint, which is 5K and like 20 obstacles. Do it with a group if you can. I think that'd actually be a lot of fun. And realize it's a privilege to do these things. Again, I was laughing on the second loop, even though I was in pain and discomfort. It's still fun. It's something you've chosen to do. And at one point, I actually came across a group, and one of them was an amputee. He was in full army gear and a full face mask, like the full big apparatus. And he was doing the beast. So he was doing the 13-mile and just amazing. And I was like, wow, I should really stop moaning that my legs ache a bit. As the saying, I cursed my bunions till I met a man with no feet. So it's a privilege and a fun to be able to do these things. I'm blessed that I'm able to do them. So yeah, just summary, fantastic event, fantastic company organizing these, fantastic location. The course was very rocky and that, but it was pretty flat overall. It was just a fantastic time. So enough of that. Now I've got all the obstacles. You can go and see me failing at anything that required a tiny amount of skill. But everyone was great. Everyone's supportive. Don't be intimidated by it. People will help you. The first few obstacles, it was dark, but it quickly lights up. So with that, enjoy me failing at the obstacles.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
The answer to my first question is 3 loud, ground-shaking aroos. Spartans, what is your profession?
Aroo, aroo, aroo.
Today you embark upon a quest like those of legends old, facing unimaginable challenges and pushing yourself further than you ever thought possible. And to prepare you for this challenge, I shall ask you one simple question. Who am I? To which you shall respond, I am a Spartan. Who am I?
I am a Spartan.
We are honored by your courage and commitment to excellence. But know this, today your mind, body, and spirit will all be put to the ultimate test. For you chase glory on this day. Who am I?
I am Spartan.
Today you will remember who you are and what you were made of. You will learn that this course was designed to be tough, but you were made tougher. Who am I?
I am Spartan.
This is not just a course, and those are not just obstacles. They are symbols for your struggle for freedom. And no matter what happens, from your first step to your last breath, remember one thing. We are Spartans, and Spartans never quit. Who am I?
I am Spartan.
Who am I?
I am Spartan.
Who am I?
I am Spartan.
Aru, Aru, Aru. Let's go.
Yeah!
Go team! Team no headlamp, let's go. Team no headlamp. Nice. Team sure read the memo. Yep. Oh crap. Team wearing.
Grab a couple sandbags.
Sounds
Follow up the trail, drop off with me.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Double. Double, follow up the trail.
No diving.
You got that one? Sorry.
Go there,
You got that one? Oh, thanks, sir. Thank you.
I like it when it's tighter. Exactly.
No way.
That went a whole lot better than
Can I get a hand? Sorry, just. I don't know what the best way of doing this is. Got it? Get your leg up. Thank you.
Go for the braces, where the braces are. That's where you run at if there's nobody here.
That's a good idea.
So your legs don't swing underneath you.
Oh, clever. Thank you.
Get that waist up to the line, you're good. Be nice and tall.
There we go.
Oh.
That one's really stuck in there. I'm worried it's going to pop out and eat you in the face.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute on that.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh.
You got this, you got this.
Sorry, sorry.
Okay?
Yep.
Wait.
Thank you, sir.
Yep, we can too.
Ugh. That's light. Okay. With you on that one.
Fast, nice steps, dive for it.
Big jump. Oh, me. Oh. Sorry, let's climb rope. I didn't mean to do legless. I just couldn't remember how to do it with my legs.
Now smoothly and gently. Let her down like a bad baby.
What do you have to pull it down to till you hit the knot?
Yep, so you go all the way up to the floor.
Okay.
And you're not supposed to like slam it against the ground.
Thank God, something easy. Yep, what happened?
Oh yeah! Ah, damn it, almost. Alright, there you go. I showed you how to do it. Let's go, buddy.
Sake. Oh my God.
Good, good. Good work, Ty.
Oh.
That's right.
Where's the pen? Oh. Oh. That's not gonna work. Okay. I cannot work out what to do on that at all. There you go. Hey. Oh. Sake. I'll give up. Screw it. Oh, this looks uncomfortable.
Let's go back. We gotta knock this one out.
This is easier with one hand.
That's actually not that bad.
It's really not bad. I can't cut it. Interesting. Oh God. Good times.
Outside, where my hands and feet were not.
Guess we just jump.
The last one and jump.
Isn't this the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Last one.
That is a long ass way. I'm like, wait, what? Big one. Oh my God. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you. Being tall. Oh, you know that. No. Oh yeah. So, mixed emotions, I think.
Yeah, right?
There you go.
That looks really trippy,
Sorry, can I just grab my bucket?
Yeah,
sorry. Thank you.
Good job. Ow. Get your momentum back.
Get your momentum back.
Come on, Johnny.
Here it is.
Oh,
There you go. Come on. Come on. You got this.
whoa, 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 whoa. Last thing. Oh, hell, this is impossible. Oh, holy.
Should we run across the finish line?
Come on then. Let's look at least like we did something. Who to get medal? Good job, sir. Where did we get ultra medals?
Over at the track.
Oh, okay.